What's up, guys? Let me see if I can get this working. Hopefully this is working. What's up, everyone? Can you guys see me? Here we go. Alright, there we go. We're going live. What's up, everyone? I'm going to give What's up, guys? Everyone some time to get in. Let me see if I can get this working. Hopefully this is working. What's up, everyone? Hope you guys had a good day today. There's no echo, right? Here we go. Alright, there we go. We're going live. What's up, everyone? I'm going to give What's up, guys? Everyone some time to get in. Let me see if I can get this working. Hopefully this is working. Is there an echo? What's up, everyone? Hope you guys had a good day today. There's no echo, right? Here we go. Alright, there we go. We're going live. Okay, cool, guys. My first time doing this, so bear with me. I just muted it, so is it good now? Thank you for that little tip right there. Sounds good now? Alright, let's go. Okay. I'm going to wait for more people to get in. I think we got like 80 people here. I'm pumped, guys. We're going to go over how I trade. Alright. Going to try to help a lot of new people. Maybe there's some people here that's been trading for a while. We're going to go over my Thinkorswim. If you guys kind of see it right here in the background. Love you guys. Alright, guys, I keep my stuff super simple. Alright, I don't have a lot going on my charts. Alright, maybe the 5-minute 8, the 1-minute 8, the 20s. Alright, okay, I'm reading chat. I'm letting more people get in, and then it said help some old people too. Alright, the reason why I got drug up too is just one of the tickers. Guys, today, nothing crazy. I'll show you guys real quick. 5.3K. Tried a lot of names today. Tried to hit it hard, but unfortunately, like, things weren't just breaking out, and then I missed some of like the big moves on some of the plays that like Thiz was calling. Like, he killed it. Thank you, because needed to make some money today. A bunch of base hits today. That added up for the bigger win. Sometimes base hits are great, right? 5K a day is definitely beautiful. Alright. Almost 100. Let's go. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and start, guys. Alright. So, Mikey Underdog. Been really kind of hitting hard. But, guys, I use Thinkorswim by TD. If you see this right here, I got the 1-minute chart right here. And I know you guys, if you guys watch my videos, I go over this. I got the 5-minute, the daily, and then I have something like called the crosshairs on right here. So if I'm going through anything that, I don't know, if I'm looking at the 1, I can see it off the 5, the daily, all at once. Okay. All right. I use my active trader ladder right here. I use it as a level 2. Probably just made this cringe, but it's cool. I do have level 2 right here. Okay. On the left side, just in case that, you know, the bids or the asks kind of like disappear on me, I do have the level 2. That way I can see, you know, how many routes is it going through. All right. Again, on the 1-minute, I have the green 8, the 20 EMA on the 1, and the same thing right here on my 5, and also have VWAP, my purple line. And then I have this orb, right, opening range breakout within the first 30 minutes. I got that off my friend Eric, you know, many years ago, and I've been using it ever since. Gives you a great idea of kind of like what, you know, the stock hit the high the first 30 and the low the first 30 minutes, and it could become a nice level to work off of. Okay. I have the daily chart right here. I just have the 200 SMAs on here. Again, I don't like to have all these other ones. I know a lot of traders, like, it's riding the 8 on the daily. It's, you know, it's bouncing off the 50. That's great. I don't use it. I just try to trade momentum as it comes. Okay. I have a little chart right here of SPY. All right. I just like it to keep it up because, you know, occasionally I will trade some large caps, mainly short though, when there's a big trend on there. Okay. Then I got the news chart right here and just a large cap watch list that I've been developing over the time. Okay, guys, I think it's super important to have at least 3 monitors, right? As you see, this is my first one right here. Okay, and then I have, I'm gonna pull this up. I have my left monitor, or sorry, my right monitor. Okay, and that's gonna be, pull this down. Pull this down. Okay, these are my stocks on watch. Now I used to have 6 and 8, but it was just too much for me. Okay, it was just too many going on all at once, and sometimes I would get sidetracked because I see a setup over here, a setup over here, and sometimes this one has more volume than the other. So I just have 4. All right, I try to find the 4 best setups that there is, and I keep that on watch. And then I have my main monitor, which you saw earlier. Okay, and then my left monitor, guys, is going to be, Discords. Let me move this real quick. Okay, Discords. I usually have the web up there too, but right now I have this like, I would have a web browser kind of in this top area right here. All right, and this is my my trade idea. Sorry, the Charizard Momentum Scanner. Okay, the Gappers list. This is El Hodo, something I got from Thiz too. It's great because it kind of shows you that there's a couple hits going on. All right, and then there's a large cap scanner that I see for things that are making highs on the large cap end. But this is like the bread and butter right here. Okay, and guys too, if you guys are wondering how to use trade ideas, there's a link below in this video that Thiz goes over perfectly to the T. How he uses it, how he finds stocks, the main ones that we're trading throughout the whole day. So the link's in the description. Make sure you check that video out. It's fire. Okay. So again, I have 3 monitors, right? I have a trading one. I have my left side for socials, my scanners, and whatnot. And then we're going to go back to the main one, which is right here, my primary. And this is the one I trade off of, okay? So I'm kind of like in my little spaceship, my little space shuttle, however you want to call it. And this is how it works, guys. Like, I don't have the craziest setup. I got 3 monitors. I think that's all you need. I traded my laundry room. It's great. Love it. All right. Eventually I'll get a nice office and do all that shabam. But, this is all you need, okay? So 3 monitors, Thinkorswim. I keep my charts basic, okay? Below too, I have a link for this volume overlay that I use. I like it because it gives me an idea of like, how much selling, how much buying pressure is in that one candle at that specific time. I don't really use it on the 5. I like to use my 1 minute as a guide, right? I look for 5-minute entries, okay? And you guys know, like, specifically the 5-minute is like the go-to, right? The 5-minute flags, pivot plays, stuff like that. All right, so I have that also in the description. The orb link is in the description, okay? And then I also have this whole entire flex grid for you guys if you guys want to copy it, use it. I know there's some new people and stuff like that. My charts are clean too. Okay, I got rid of, like, if you actually, I kept this up right here. If you see this spy chart right here, it has the lines, this volume stuff. You can actually get rid of all that, if you just open up your chart setting box and just go through like appearance, and you can kind of take this like off right here through the grid, the lines in the back, the volume and stuff like that. I have a video too of how I go over all this right here and that as well. This is big right here. If you use Thinkorswim, this snap drawing tool, OHLC, that's how I have the crosshairs, the lines, the crosshairs lining up. So it's very easy for me to snap my lines and go from there, right? If I want a daily level, I just click this candle right here. I pop it. It's going to catch the top of that. If you see it right there, that's how I mark my levels really quick. The same thing when I'm doing when you guys see me trade these 5-minute setups, all right? It's important to get these going. And trading is fast. When you're a day trader and you're momentum trading, things are going like this, all right? The biggest thing I see people do and they mess up on is hesitation. When you see a setup, it's like they're waiting for confirmation, all right? Or they're waiting to cut, all right? You can't have, there has to be a big discipline that goes into this, all right? So you kind of want these small things that can help you make a decision really quick, right? Marking out some levels, whatever the case may be, All right, using your daily with your 5-minute setup, because if things are squeezing, you might need to zoom out and kind of see what the next level is, to see on the daily. All right, or even the 4-hour, you're switching real quick, click through the 4-hour, mark some levels, go from there. Okay. Um, Guys, I'm going to be going over this 5-minute setup. It's mainly the biggest thing that I trade. Um, I love it. All right, I've learned how to trade it, what should be the outcome of it, and how it should go. I don't know if you guys see me ever say like I'm looking for that first 5-minute candle to make a new high, and there's a huge reason behind all that, right? Even on drug. Okay, I'm going to show you one that failed. All right, I'm going to match this date right here, 8/26. Right here. Okay, so while this was forming, right, and you have this nice stair stepping down of VPA on here. All right here was the first 5-minute candle to make a new high, and as this goes, sometimes we might have a setup, and we're marking this as it comes. All right, there's a big reason for that, and that's because we're looking for the downtrend break on this micro time frame. It's not like we're playing this setup and we're looking for this huge downtrend break. We're actually looking for this downtrend break in this particular type of flag pattern. All right, and to me, guys, a flag pattern is anything that has a nice pop up and a nice pullback. As you can see, this right here, it has a nice pull, a pullback. All right, and as you can see right here, the first 5-minute candle to make a new high on this setup the other day, after getting these nice ads, all right, we buy the dips. Again, this put a nice video out on buying the dips. Go check that out. All right, his page is in the description. I only buy the dips. I let all these other traders who buy breakouts and want to do this and that, I will add into the first 5-minute candle and make a new high, but my core position is going to be buying the dip, whether it's the VWAP, whether it's a pivot, and these type of setups. All right, now when we're looking for the first 5-minute candle to make a new high, we're looking for this downtrend break. All right, and normally what I like to see right here is for this is to break out, pull back, test it, bounce off it, and then go for new highs. So when you're buying the dip, you already got a great average. So when something like this happens, you can reduce your size. All right, take your profits. I particularly like to reduce my size because we have a great entry right here. This might try to do some fake out kind of stuff, fake the bulls out, or fake shorts, whatever it is. It might pop up, dump, and then rip again. Why are you going to let go of your great average that we got? 370s, 372s, whatever the case is. All right, so I like to keep some on just in case it starts to curl, and I'm looking to get in again after we see some strength on the one. All right, guys, timing, right? When you guys play these 5-minute setups, I always look to see how much time is in this 5-minute candle. All right, and the reason why I do that is because sometimes you'll get this ramping volume right before the 5-minute candle closes or directly into a new 5-minute candle. All right, again, that's little details that you're looking for when you're trading as a momentum trader. All right, in my opinion. All right, remember, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my advice. All right, I've been trading these flags for a long time. Now let's go over to when we played drug the other day. Right here, I think I gotta make this a little bit longer. What are we on? 825. 825 right here. Okay. All right. So this is going to be the same name that we played a flag on, but it's going to be a different result right here. Okay. So this is 282 is going to be your first 5-minute candle to make a new high, and look what it did on the one right here. Right. So we take a 5-minute entry. All right, and now we're using the one as a guide. Now, not only does this come here and test this, blows it out the water, but look at the volume behind this. This is the huge difference of one. Now it's breaking this micro downtrend right here. All right, if you draw your trend lines, whatever you want to do, probably right here, right? Okay, so now we're getting this downtrend break with the first 5-minute candle making a new high, and then we're getting this ramping volume on the one. All right, same thing with AHI earlier, okay? Okay, right here. Now I missed this whole move. As you guys can see, I was trying to hit it hard multiple times, but I just couldn't catch it. It is what it is. I was up a lot more on it, but I gave some back. because of the size right here. I was trading 112,000 shares at one point. It's fine, right? Right here, you got this nice 5-minute setup right here, and if you go over right here, this is a perfect example. Look at this. All right, you got a nice first 5-minute candle to make a new high right here is going to be pretty much 142. Okay, it breaks above it and then it flags, so it's not giving it back its whole gain or the whole move it made, and then it continues to make new highs. All right, this is a great play. There's bang that one on that one, guys. I don't trade futures. I don't know about it. I don't know anything about crypto. All right, I saw someone ask my opinion. I don't do it. All right, I trade just the commons, small caps, and the New York Exchange. All right, so this is a great example of this breaking this, making a 5-minute candle to make a new high. It pulls back, it holds this pivot. This is where I'm talking about pivots on a micro time frame. All right, we're looking for something to keep us in the trade. All right, now, there's going to be times where you see this rip and you're super green, depending on the range, right? Because every 5-minute flag could have a different range. Like we're buying the bottom of this dip, this flagpole right here, and then it rips, and right here, this is just about 20 cents. Say you load the boat, you're up really big. There's nothing wrong with scaling out some profits and trying to look left for the bigger picture move right here. We're definitely looking for this 180 clear out right here. If you see this right here, this was the big level that Thiz was talking about, and it tapped it. But if you go through here, you can start marking out your levels. And again, with that setting that I shared with you guys, it'll help you mark out levels really quick on the daily. Okay. When I take a position like this, guys, I hit it hard right here. All right, I'm looking for a huge move out of this, and sometimes your P&L is going to jump up, and you might want to take all your profits or see if it can open up. With these flags, right, if the market's hot and all eyes are on this, these flags are going to go ahead and lead out to a bigger move. This is going to be the first move or the nice first pullback out of a nice rip that's going to lead into something that's bigger. All right. I talk about range because, the top of this flagpole right here is 154. You can see this did a double top, pulled back, and then went to make more highs. You had nice consistent volume right here on the 1. Okay. Is that volume average? I'm trying to read the guys' chat too. If I miss your questions, I'm going to start going back up here and look through them real quick so I can keep up with you guys too. And yes, this is all right. So this is being recorded, and I'll upload it to the channel so you guys go back and look at this. Okay. Someone said CFVI going in after hours. Okay. Again, someone asked real quick on the 5-minute, do I wait for the candle to close or to drill down to lower time frame candles? Okay. I'm looking for a 5-minute entry. All right, and I size into it pretty good, and then I'm looking for the first 5-minute candle to make a new high off the 1 now, and I'm looking for it to hold and continue by watching level 2 and time and sales. Okay, time and sales and my active trader ladder are right here. Okay, when I have this, I use my active trader as my level 2 and time and sales. I want to see if there's big orders going through on the sell side or long side. Now on Thinkorswim, it's kind of hard to read that, but if you're paying attention to the ask and the bid, and if you see these orders go through, you're going to get an idea of, all right, are people dumping or are people buying? Okay, so this is super important. This is why I have this right here, because sometimes I'm glued just to the time and sales, all right, while I'm trading this stuff, because I want to see big order flow come through. I already have my levels out, right, when I'm marking this as I go and looking left to see if there's any other type of levels to go off of that I want to see break. So I'm looking through this and my eyes are glued on this. All right. You're going to get a better read at how these things set up on the 5 when you already mark your levels out and have your lines there, and then you want to see how it acts against this on level 2 right here in the corner. I like to use my trader ladder, of course, and then time and sales to see if someone's dumping this and whatnot. Okay. Going through some more of this. Okay, someone asked me, yeah. So right here, I usually do add 2,500, and depending on how cheap the stock is, on this one I was adding 2,500, even 5,000 over and over and over again. Um, I like to hit rapid fire. Now you can easily grab 10, 10, 10 on something that's kind of cheap. This is relatively cheap because of, you know, the price range on this. And then I'll scale out the same way. People ask me how I buy. Usually I take a big position, and then, as I don't know if you guys see, we call something called drip selling, where as this thing starts to rip up and open up, I'm kind of shaving some off, 25, 25, or 1,000, whatever the case is. Depends how many shares I have right at the time. Um, Limit order, no, guys. I will be honest with you guys. I market buy, right? Um, I tried limit order, and usually I only get filled a little bit. If I like this setup, I'm gonna go ahead and hit it pretty hard. All right. I don't wait as this pulls back, as things set up for us. Like here goes another great example of VAC. All right, the other day when this opened up, let's go back. Where are our flags? Right here. Okay, this is a beautiful one. Another one that goes over exactly how this is, right? When I see a flag set up, guys, I just hit it. All right, I don't wait for confirmation. I am the confirmation. I see the flag, I hit it. I don't just wait for everything around me to tell me to buy. This is the pattern, right? The flag pull, the pull back, the VPA stair step down, right? You got 1, 2, and even a third one right here off a pivot play. Okay. As you can see, this one right here, the first 5-minute candle to make a new high was 584, and this blew right past it. That's amazing. That's what you want to see. That's what I want to see. As you play these type of setups, and then after you see that first 5-minute candle making a high, you're looking at the top of the flagpole. You want to just see how it reacts, and again, this just blew right past it. All right, the 660. If you look left on this, have this one saved for you guys. That's a daily level. Okay, people are going to take profits if they played it from here, and whatnot right here. Okay, but then now we got another nice 5-minute pullback. All right, again, to me, this is another flag. All right, one of the things that I want to show you guys too is that I like to see that stair step down, but sometimes when things open up, this first candle right here might be on heavy volume, whether it's red or green, it doesn't matter, just because the candle closed red. All right, make sure you're using the 1 minute to kind of gauge, like, all right, this is a mix. All right, this is pretty much a 5-minute doji right here anyways, so if you look at this 5-minute candle, when you're kind of cross over it right here, you kind of see it's a mix of buying and selling. All right, just because they're red doesn't mean that it's bad. All right, you got to get a visualization of like the overall chart, right? So we're using the 1 as a breakdown. Even a move like this, you might have some high volume on this right here, and that's fine. That's because people are either taking profits or adding into the breakout and whatnot. But this one right here is going to be a big key, in my opinion. Once we get this flagpole and it starts, people take profits, it is what it is. Once we get a lower volume pullback, this is what I want to see. The first 5 to make a new high is 660 right here. And again, if you look at this 1 minute, you're going to see this blow it right through it. Look at the VPA that comes in right here, and then again right here. All right, we're looking for that 670 break, which is this line that I marked right here from the day that we were trading this, and it busted right through it. All right, and then again, a 670 pivot play for round 3. Now, I think this thing is creating 3 flags. By the third time, the chance of it breaking out might be slim, because now we're going to get more eyes on this. It's going to start getting overcrowded. The shorts might want to pile in now because the thing already made a huge move, from 520 all the way to, 730 made a $2 move. So now there's going to be potentially backside of this. But this one worked, right? It made new highs, right? It didn't break out like you see these candles right here, how they opened up. This is a nice open up. Now, even though this is a nice bounce off this 670 pivot, you didn't have one of these like green candles right here again, okay? And then it starts to flag again right here, and now it breaks down, okay? Guys, tweezer tops, tweezer bottoms, right? Tweezer tops are a sign of the stock is no longer in an uptrend anymore. It's, you know, pretty much topping out right there. And then if you ever see a tweezer bottom right on the bottom, that means that, you know, the buyers are stepping up, the price is holding up, and it looks like it wants to reverse back to the upside. Okay. Let me go through some more questions real quick. Okay, so again, plug. I see that, guys. If I buy 10,000 shares, I'm probably gonna do increments and scale out 25, 25, 25, depending on how the whole stock is trading. Okay. Do stop loss. Okay, this is great. All right, I want to go over this because a lot of people ask me like, how do I stop out? As soon as I take my entry, guys, I want to see the stock kind of get away from it, right? I want to see it get away from my average. I'm also looking for a previous pivot, something that I can go off of, whether it's something on the daily, it's something intraday, right? Any pivot, I look at this as like once this pops up above this, this is now a pivot. Once you break 670, this becomes a pivot. All right, this is a pivot right here, you know, and so forth, right? So it's kind of hard, right? Because once you start taking size, guys, it's like, do you let things breathe? I give them 10 cents, 15 cents, or, you know, the closest pivot that I can add my risk to, because, right, the more size you take, the more risk you're taking on, and the bigger loss you can have. Okay, so I like to see it go. All right. Here's another great thing too. Just because I'm taking the trade, right? Say I slam 30, 40,000, it doesn't mean, you know, 30, 40,000, 2 seconds, 3 seconds later, 30 seconds later, I might reduce my risk because I'm trying to be there for the move, right? I want to take on some size that, you know, potentially make me some money, but I will reduce risk right away. Just because I take the size, I'm not trying to be Superman and hold that size throughout the whole trade, or, you know, there might be some hidden sellers, right? If you look at this ladder right here, a hidden seller is, have a video of this too in the others videos, is a hidden seller is like once the ask gets down to 1, you see it printing right here on time and sales, and it's just, orders are going through, but this is staying at 1. The price is not moving up, but the tape is spitting green. People are buying this at $4.99. It's not going up anymore. When I see something like that, I might reduce my size, right? People start to panic when stock's not ripping, and, you know, they're in there. I don't know how close they played it, but I might reduce my size because of that. You know, I might reduce my size, like on when we played that drug the other day. I slammed, you know, about 55,000 shares. Or was it when this failed right here? Yeah. All right, and I used the 1 again as a guide on this. 826. Let's go over here. All right, so, you know, I had 55K of drug down here, $4 stock, and then it, you know, when it went to go make a 5-minute candle to make a new high, you know, from here to here, we're already up 30 cents. So I did scale some. Once this started to false breakout, and then this 1-minute flat top right here, the volume's starting to dry out, and that trend is no longer happening anymore. So I reduce my size, I scale out, I get out. So, you know, you make 20, 30 cents on 20, 30K, you have another 20K riding, and you just break even on them. Or if it does fail below your average, you know, it's always smart to take some type of profit. You know, I've been in so many plays where I take a nice position, it rips, and I'm like, wow, I'm big green. It comes all the way back down, and now I have size. So when I'm trying to exit the trade, it's kind of harder to get out if everyone's selling all at once, right? When I'm trading, guys, you guys are not ever gonna see me like, hey, I'm out of the trade, right? It's obvious. If I'm playing a pivot or a flag off the 5-minute 8, you know, that is my entry, that is my risk. You know, I might give it a little breathing room depending on how the 1 minute is shaping up, right? If it pulls back and it starts to dump something like this, you know, on heavy volume, I'm not gonna give any more breathing room. I'm gonna exit right away. Okay. So I do not have hard stops. Everything is mental. You know, I've seen these setups work over and over and over again, years after years now, and, you know, this is what I expect to see. Do I always rapid fire? Yeah, pretty much. You know, I just came back from vacation with Herb and Bofo, and, you know, they were laughing at me because like everything I do is so impulsive, right? I like, you know, we go out, getting it. We're doing this. We're booking this. I trade the same way. If I see that setup, I'm in there. I'm in there faster than I can probably even like register something else or even know how many shares I have. Right? Not financial advice. It's just how I am as a person, right? I trust the setup, so I'm in there. In this case, you buy the second 5-minute candle, and I'm sorry, I'm thinking you're probably talking about before. You're gonna see flags, right? I think you're probably talking about this one right here, right? Yeah. As the pulls back right here. On this one, I actually chased this one, right? Because when this thing pulled back right here, I saw that buyers started to step up right here with almost 1.1 mil of volume, and I actually had a 272 on this one, 45,000 shares that time on drug. Yeah, but I will buy the pullback, whether it's the second one or if I get this stair-stepping look on here. Okay, it just depends. Do I ever average down? There's sometimes I do. I remember there was you know, I think it might have been TBLT. I will average down if there's another pivot close to it, and maybe this one's not holding, and then the other one will work even better. It just depends because, again, once you start taking a lot of size, it's like, do I want to, if I already grabbed 20,000 shares, do I want to take another 20 and have 40 and then the thing fail? All right. If you're over PDT, right, if you have more than 25K in your account, this is my advice. I'd rather just exit the stock and re-enter it, okay, to add maybe more buying pressure at the lower level to something. I really don't like, doing that too much. I kind of like wait for the setup. I know how the setup works, so there's one times where it's like you think you're buying the dip, you buy the dip and it's not working, right? So say this flag right here, this 5-minute flag, dip down more, right? And now we're right here, and you think it's going to tap the 8, and then it dips down again, and it's like, okay, well, this flag formation is kind of breaking down, so like I'm no longer playing the flag setup. All right. So another way that how I guide myself when I trade these is that, I mean, if this thing pulls back, pops up, pulls back, and we get increasing sell volume right here, that's no longer the flag pattern setup, in my opinion. Okay. All right. Ticker trades. Yes. Do I use a 1 minute sometimes as a guide? Absolutely. All right. Sometimes, forgot to write this ticker down. If you guys look at these 5-minute candles and sometimes see how extended they get and how they open up, depending on how much time is in that 5-minute candle, if it pops up, pulls back, and gives me a 1-minute flag and a fresh 5-minute candle, yes, I'm going to use the 1-minute now as an entry based off how the stock is opening up. Okay. You might not get a 5-minute flag. You might get a 1-minute flag. You might get a 1-minute 3-bar, stuff like that. I always like to see how much time's left in the candle, because it's if a fresh 5-minute candle and it rips, it's showing it has strength, and then it pulls back on the 1-minute, then yeah, absolutely, using the 1-minute as a guide on this one. All right, my average is, if someone asks me, my average is going to be below the downtrend break. All right, I might tack on a few more for the 5-minute candle to make a new high, or a downtrend break in general. But how do I protect myself from red knives, guys? Level 2, right? Time and sales. Okay, if you're learning how to read the level 2 over here, and you're looking at a stock, you're in there and you're looking for it to break out, and there's no buyer stepping up on the tape right here at a certain level, at a certain price, then I might bail. All right. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people looking at the same thing too. Like, hey, I'm in here, no buyers are stepping up. I kind of really hate being in a stall tape. A stall tape meaning like it's just dry. If too many people get in on something that's dry and then everyone starts to get out, you're gonna get something like this potentially, right? I don't know how it's acting or setting up, but if 50 people buy 1,000 shares and it doesn't go anywhere, and then everyone just starts dumping on each other, that is a way you can kind of guide that, right? Time and sales and stuff like that. Okay, so it's big walls in the level 2 will make me get out. It depends. All right, are we Is it towards the first 5 minute candle to make a new high? Is it already high a day? It just depends. That's why when you're playing these and playing levels, it's important to gauge where it's at, to see, what is it doing. All right, I would definitely, use that. What is the most A plus setup I've seen recently? 5 minute flags, right? That's all I play. Is 5 minute flag and pivot plays. I tried. I think I was at last week a couple like wedges, but it's like I don't know if like the move, the stock already made a move. Um, wedges are right. You said you were trying to do this on nerve today. Let me see. All right, so remember, um, let's look at nerve real quick. Okay. Oh, nerve was actually great. I can't believe I didn't play it. Um, you got a nice spot right here, nice pivot play off high day on orb, and then it rips. Okay, and then there's probably some levels that I was holding up right here. Um, my biggest thing too with these flags are, is it day one? Is it day two on these? Is something actually opening up and have consistent volume on these plays too? So don't get this setup twisted when you see it and it's like something that's like, say it was like forming a 5 minute flag like right here. The stock already made its move. It's day two, day three, day four. So use that as a guide when you're playing these. How many candles do I think that needs to set up before these flags? Guys, there's going to be multiple different ways to play these. If you see that 2 bar pullback that you saw on drug, that is one. Okay, two, it could be a 5 minute 8 EMA moving average dip. Okay, this is kind of like what Nerve did today, right? I have this flag pull up, 1, 2, 3, 4 candles right here. A lot of these things, that's going to be the first proper pullback that this stock gave us for us to play after such an extended move. You're going to have these micro pullbacks, but once it starts to really pull back, what you're going to get in something like this is new buyers to step in. People who haven't played it, now they want to play it. It's the first proper pullback. Okay. Let's see. Do you trade 1 minute flags if it's only a small pullback? If so, do you play them at the same as you play 1 minute flags? All right, so it depends on where this 1 minute flag is setting up. I'm not going to play a 1 minute flag that's, say it's, I don't know, real quick at the top of my head. Say we got a 1 minute flag setting up right here towards high a day. All right, I'm not going to play that super aggressive. One, it's already super extended. Now, if we have a 1 minute flag, something that's, maybe like this is a nice 1 minute flag right here, and it still needs to open up, or, right out of the gates, depending on where that 1 minute flag is, always look left, look for levels, look for where it's running into. You might have a 1 minute flag that's setting up that's super extended, but the risk to reward on that is like what, right? I love 5 minute flags because when we're buying the dip, I look left immediately, right? Say you're playing this, let me clear all this out real quick. So the reason why I love playing these pullbacks, these dips on these 5 minute flags is if I was playing this nerve right out of the gates, right? I bought the dip. Already I'm looking for this to break out right here. So from 1085 to 1178, you're looking at $1 per share. As a bull for me, this is my main target. I'm using this first 5 minute candle to make a new high. Right here, again, if you look on the one, how this goes and does not get rejected. Now this is looking great. All right, I like this because it gives me a target right off the top of my head. It doesn't mean I'm dumping my whole bag right here at 1178. I'm definitely going to take some profits because I'm already up $1 per share. All right, that's what I mean by the price action too, or the price range. Look at the flag pull, look at the pull pack, look left, look where we could potentially break out and see how much range is that. And I actually use that as a guide to see how many shares I want to take. All right. If I see a nice 5 minute setup, but the top of the flagpole is like 15 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents, I might play that super aggressive compared to, when something has more range, more price in it, then I might, take a little bit less size and then let it work out, right? Do the math, see how many shares, and go from there, okay? Using this strategy, how often do you have a red day? Guys, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I haven't had a red day in a really long time. I probably, if it's the 29th already, I've been green every single day this month. Even a couple weeks. Every time, let me tell you something. Every time I take a red day, I step out of my strategy. I trade something else. I get some FOMO. We all do it. It all happens once in a while. Um, I know how to take size on these setups. I might see something else, right? A wedge and slam 30,000 shares and then get wrecked. I don't know how the price levels and the level 2 should react to that setup, right? I've beaten my craft over and over and over again on this setup, so I know what to look for. That gives me the confidence to stay in, to add some more, to take my profits. If I take size, I'd rather break even 10 cents, 5 cents, a couple cents, and eventually, like it's funny, right? I mean, if you guys saw my P&L today, I made 5.4K, and it was all $1,000 base hits. I played super aggressive. They didn't give me the move I wanted to. Um, I tried to play again. Actually, one second. I want to show you an example of it was CMRX. It's not really a good example, but all right. I traded 267,000 shares of this. Before I go answer some more questions, I made $1,000. That was bad. Bad day. And this was actually the flag right here. Flag pull, stair step down. In this exact play, I made 5 figures. But I try to play it again and again and again, and then I missed this. So then I try to play this 5-minute flag up here. The VPA was there. I sized in heavy. I was buying some walls, and then I just boom. And I'm just even right here, I'm trying to play this. It just doesn't break out. Get back, get back. I love this pattern right here. If you had to, do this, this is what I've been getting really great at, is just playing this. If you take this right here and you just stop it like right there. All right. It's not going to pop up. Okay, but if you get this idea, I love just playing this to like right here. All right, this is my setup. I hammered this. It broke out. And then I started to play these other things behind it. Okay. Even though I played this right here and it went to 270s, guys, you don't need to make the whole move. You just need to learn how to get a piece of the action and then learn how to get better at playing that particular spot. That comes in with the ramping volume, right? We're looking for volume so that we can take size, take profits, and get in, get out. All right. Bear flag. Someone said bear flag. Let me see. Let me go up real quick. Answer some more questions, but yeah, that was that on that. But I'm doing it better than Warrior Trader. Let's go, Stock Hunter. Yeah, guys, I started watching this from Warrior Trader every single day. He likes to buy the first 5-minute candle and make a new high, and do that. That's cool. Let him do that for us. Hopefully he's not watching this. How do I determine my position size based off the stock? I mean, if it's cheap, if it's $2, $3, $4, I'm going to take a lot of size, obviously, right? Again, right here, right? If you're adding this right here, we're looking for this breakout right here on 240. So I've already entered this, and I'm like, all right, the top of this flagpole is pretty much 15 cents. Okay, so I want to play this aggressive to see how it acts. And if you look at the one right here, once this broke out, it kind of ripped. People are taking profits, right? This is gonna be something you're gonna see all the time. It's breaking high day. We're looking for a level to break, right? Over here on the daily, right? That's normal. Once people are done taking profits, you might have some buyers step in for the first 1-minute pullback, and it did that right here. You can see the volume kind of dries up, and then new buyers step in to look for a bigger play out of that. That's how I position my size. I look at the range. I look left. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, if this wants to open up 278 and 280 or 290, whatever it is, let's play ball. All right. That's how I determine my size on all my plays. And sometimes I rapid fire, and I might grab an extra 10, 20K. But this is my style. This is my setup. I'm not doing anything else. That's kind of crazy, right? Let's see. only. Oh yeah, I play basically all bull flags. Yeah. So guys, my scanner for trade ideas is going to be in the description too as well. That's going to be there. There's going to be also Thiz's scanners too, and on his page too, and his video. Okay. How did I come up with this strategy, guys? I was watching again. While I was watching Warrior Trader, I watched him trade multiple times, and it's actually funny. So when Thiz like killed this huge month, and him and Herb like had this crazy month, and they were like playing sympathies, like he's really great with that, and I'm like, dude, how can I need to make money. Like he had this huge month that made like a couple G's. All right. Um, I focused in on a 5 minute setup, right? Guys, I want you guys to do something too. How did I come up with this? Right, I don't have this anymore. This is a new PC, but guys, make sure you create a folder. Okay, make a box right here, right? And every day when you get the main runner, take a picture of the main runner. All right, the stock had 36 mil. Why did it have it? Store it. Take a screenshot, put it in the folder. Did it have news? Was it a daily technical breakout? Did this thing have 52-week high volume? Right, so I started doing that over and over and again. And then my other PC that I had like over 7,000 pictures over and over and over again. And then I started to break it down and look for more details to find out where it works, why it works. Okay, and that's what I mean by backtesting. If you guys hear me backtest, I backtest this, backtest this. All right, the third flag, it's getting extended. It's probably gonna fail. First flag is money. Second flag is money. Depending on the level 2 and how it wants to open up and stuff like that. Okay, these fail sometimes, but I'd rather lose on this than anything else. I'd rather take a big loss to the face on something that I know that will pay me later on. Okay. Let's see. Look, going through the question, guys, I appreciate you guys bearing with me on this too. Guys, another cool thing is that my channel got monetized. All right, what does monetization mean? Is that I got accepted through the YouTube Partner Program. Okay, it just means that let me see if I can pull it up real quick. There's gonna be like this little a bunch of things, right? You know, it took me a year to get here to do it, so I'm happy, little by little, on top of the military, trading, being a dad, being a husband, all that cool stuff, right? Um, Millionaire Mikey. So YouTube's trying, it's monetized. There's a thank you tab on there. If you guys love it, you could show me some love, support. The ads will be on there, guys. Just, bear through them, right? It's a good level up on this, all right? Yo, Thiz, I love you too, bro. I just saw that message. I'm trying to catch up. Bear with me, guys. All right. See a bunch of you guys saying I love you. On CMRX, guys, on the first one right here, definitely took profits into that break. I was like, hey, I'm green already. Let's go. And then I started to overstay my welcome. All right, and then I got chopped up because, again, trading with size, I follow my rules, and sometimes trading with a big size, it's 5-10 cents goes against you. You try it again, try it again. Next thing you know, you give back all your gains, right? Honestly, on this one play right here, I should have just called it on this setup because that's what I like, okay? Oh, let's go. Far hard, yeah. Hell yeah. Appreciate it. Yeah, you have been. Appreciate you guys following the channel and getting it out there, right, for everyone to trade off of. A lot of people don't know how to trade. A lot of people are just, blindly following people, and it's okay to take a call, but learn why it's happening, learn what the outcome should be or potentially could be, and then join it on like a smarter wave other than just blindly following people, right? Really learn how to read level 2 time and sales. Look for hidden sellers, hidden buyers. Stick to a few things. Wait for the market to come to you, right? We waited a long time today for setups to come to us, and when they did, volume started to catch on, right? And it's okay to size down if the volume for the day is not so big. All right, I do it too. Um, you know, going through the questions, see if there's any more questions. Probably easier to do it on this side. Scrooge, appreciate you, man. Hey man, do you have a link with your TOS chart studies? Yeah, there should be one in the description. I don't know if you guys can see it right now, but um, I'll make sure to even add it again when I upload this whole live stream up to YouTube, so you guys can go back. But so one of the scripts is going to be this volume overlay. All right. The other script right here is going to be this orb open range breakout. It's set to 30 minutes. Again, I got it from my boy Eric on that one. Um, I can send a layout, basically share my flex grid, so you'll get this whole thing right here if you just want to mirror image it, right? Um, and go from there, okay? Tim Skies doing this for free. Yeah, guys, doing this for free, right? Um, there's so many times I know that I could have did something like so many other people do, right? Charge for this. But I believe in karma. I believe by putting good energy out and it'll come back. So, and it's so cool, right? When I see people banking and like changing their life, right? Because I did this to change my life. Like, um, like this month I'm up over what an engineer makes, a doctor triple that. In 1 month. Sometimes I make that in a week. I'm not gonna be that guy who like spreads out like, hey, I make so much money. I'm not really into that, but when I see other people making money and like doing great things, it feels good. Definitely feels good. Um, so how would I trade off a laptop, guys? I really don't recommend trading off a laptop. You can do it, right? Some people do it as a travel setup, but you're not gonna get this whole shabam, right? If you're just trading off a laptop, and then it's gonna be, super squinty, right? It's gonna be like this big. I downloaded this for one of my buddies at work, and I was like, "Whoa, you can't even use this flex grid on your laptop because your screen's like 15 inches. It's not gonna work. Get some 27-inch monitors. You can get even bigger ones. I mean, guys, you want to see a great setup? Look at this. This guy has like, I feel like I'm in a movie theater when I look at his thing. It's insane. You know, I think the more real estate that you have, right? Real estate meaning like I have more space, right? So if I look at this screen right here, like, all right, I can actually add another chart if I wanted to. Instead of having four, I can have six or eight, right? I personally just have four now because it's too much. I think one of the biggest things that I've learned, and especially through Tommy and a few other people, is that if you just focus in on one setup, on one ticker, look to hammer it, look to take your profits. That's all you need. Okay. As you guys see me in Goblin Gang, I'm just trying to focus on this ticker. This one, this one, this one. Once it does what it does, and then I might look for another one. But I think, if you put a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there, you might miss out on playing aggressive on that one that really opens up, and then you kind of are frustrated that you didn't play that one right there. But go from there, okay? Let's see more questions, guys. You guys have more questions too. Please ask me. If I missed it, just mention it again if you can. Um, JD Trades, yo, what up, JD? Change your life, man. See, let's go. Like that means so much to me right there. Make money, like go, and then guys, make sure too if you're trading, like make sure you enjoy the profits, right? Because even $1,000 or like today, um, again, just 5.3K on this day. Pay yourself a little bit. If you make a couple thousand, pay yourself. This is all going to be just a digital number until you take it out and have fun, right? We went on vacation this weekend and it was great, right? We went out to dinner. We got a limo. We had a lot of fun, you know, through it all. Yo, Team Hack. I appreciate that, guys. Appreciate that. Pay yourself. You're sitting here for 8 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, whatever it is. Um, pay yourself a little bit. Have some fun with it, So when I see you guys, do good. It's amazing. And again, so if I did have a laptop, I would probably just look for that same setup, trade it, and that's probably about it, right? Find the ticker that has the most volume, that's setting that type of setup that you're trading in general, whether it's a flag, a pivot, because then there's so many things you do: higher lows, triangles, symmetrical triangles. For the bears too, right? Flipping everything over and saying this is the setup, and go from there. Okay. Um, look for more questions. Yeah. So studies in the did I get a message from TD about 390 trades per month? No, never got that. Let's go, Scrooge. We're branching military. I'm in the Navy. I'm getting out. I'm pretty much done with my contract. I'm actually doing a med board to get out. Can't wait. Algorithms. Okay, algos, right? Algorithms, guys. Algos sometimes will kick in, and algos are just going to be like, say this ticker is trading right here, and it's things can actually get triggered, right, for an algo, where meaning like the computer is just going to start kicking in, or if that's what we want to call it. We're triggering algos. So if there's a lot of buying pressure, right, it doesn't want to stick around. It's going to join us and kind of go with it, right? And then once you see a lot of people taking profits, things will start dumping and go from there. I know traders, Diego, Diego the Bull, man. Algos are on this one. The algos are on this one, and he's not wrong either. Um, but that's something to look for. If you see constant buys, they might not be big buys, but there are buys going through consistently right here on the tape. That could be a sign of algos. I'm probably not the best person to explain that, right? I trade the setups. I know sometimes I trigger algos because of the size I take, right? I mean, it is what it is. It's kind of cool. Um, guys. I appreciate all the love. Appreciate you guys. You're in the Navy for 5 years too. Never tried, but 20K shares trigger. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that, right? Um, definitely trigger some algos taking big size, right? And then people see big size, shorts might try to cover. Same thing too, right? If you see a lot of selling, shorts might try to join in on that because there's big orders going through on that one, okay? Okay, again, how do I find these setups, right? I find them on trade ideas, okay? Let me move this real quick over here and go to this monitor. Let me see if that's it. Okay, cool. All right. Um, all right. Again, I find these on trade ideas, right? See this scanner right here? Let me pull this. Oh, wait. Keep it right there. Um, this is going to be your pre-market gappers list. Usually by the beginning of the day. Um, Scorch. It's already you got the gappers, right? And how we look for stocks is we want to find something that's on the gappers list that's gapping up. All right. So once we do that, we're gonna like say you type in OLB. All right. Does it have news on the main screen? Main screen's not showing right now. All right. So let me do this real quick. Let me change this. Go back to the primary. Pop this, right? So I'm looking through this gappers list, right? I'm seeing how much is it gapped up, right? When things gap up, it creates opportunity in both long and short. All right. We're looking, does this thing have news, catalyst? All right. Does it have abnormal volume for the day? Right here. Okay. So as we're going through that, we can go through each and every single one of them. All right. The description too has a trade ideas from Goblin Gang. Use the code, you get a discount. That's going to be in the description link too, for if you want to sign up for trade ideas. And then make sure you check out this. He'll do a real big breakdown of how he uses it, how he finds tickers. This is how we find our stocks, right? Anything too right here. This is called the momentum scanner. I changed the name to Charizard Momo Beast, as you guys can see. Um, big Pokemon fan, love it. Spend a lot of money on it because I can. But yeah, tickers right here are going to go through, right? We have headsets on right here, so we're going to hear them out. You know, they might say DUO. We're going to type it in. And if, you know, sometimes the scanner will go off faster than the thing will actually get news. So when this is going off, when we see abnormal volume coming through, we type it in and up here it's like, hey, you know, this stock has news, okay? And then from there, we're going to transfer that over to this right monitor right here, okay? All right, and that's why it's important to have 3 monitors. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. So now once we find that over here, we're going to transfer it and we're going to put them over here, and now we're going to keep them on watch because they might give us that 5-minute setup. We might find a low volume pullback to a pivot to a key level, okay? And then we'll keep it up on there. And then whatever one that we're trading is going to be on our main setup, and then we'll go from there and kind of you know, keep that on there. All right. But that's how we find our stocks. It's on Trade Ideas. I know TOS has a scanner. I know these other things have scanners too, which is fine. Trade Ideas is like $118 a month. If you use the code, you probably get a discount, or you will get a discount on that one too. This is one of the tools. Spend a little bit of money to make a lot more money. All right. I think it's very important because if you're an active momentum day trader, you have this active momentum scanner going and you're on top of it. All right, you know, and if everyone gets it, that's fine, but there's still probably a huge crowd that you just don't know of that's not using these things. And, you know, unfortunately, we're beating them to the punch, which is an A+ thing because that's a tool that we need as a trader. All right. I think it's important to have. All right. When I would start trading, I want to say my win to lose rate is probably, it might be 50-50. No, it's probably like 70-30, 60-30, which is fine because when they rip and open up, it just makes back for everyone that failed, right? That's why it's super important to find the one that has the volume, the range, the news, things that really, you know, match off the criteria for these plays. So you're just focusing on that. You hammer it with size, and then you're done for the day. Okay. When I started trading full time, was I full time? I technically was, guys. I was stationed in Japan. So for the past 2 years, I was staying up all night. A lot of you guys know this already. I would work during the day, and I'd stay up all night and trade with Herfiz, Zen, Bofo, and Tommy and stuff like that all night. All right. You know, I just sacrificed my sleep. Now I'm here. I got a different schedule, so I work pretty much 3 to 12 a.m. and I trade during the day with you guys, which I love it. And soon I'll be full time. Slippage, guys. Okay, slippage is important, right? And I'll tell you why. Okay, how much slippage do I get? There's something called, if you guys are trading and you guys see something with a spread, okay? A spread is going to be where there's an ask and a bid. And let's go with this. I love you, bro. I appreciate that. There's going to be an ask and a bid right there, right? And if say right here, okay, let me see. Okay, say there is an ask right here at $2, okay? And then you go down and there's a bid at 192. You have an 8-cent spread. Now, when we're playing these 5-minute setups, so I get slippage, 9 times out of 10, no. Because the stock is going to have consistent momentum. The bids and the asks are going to be super tight. And when things are ripping with 1-2 mil volume candlesticks, I mean, you're going to get filled pretty simultaneously, right? And it's going to be the highest price too. Wait, what the heck? Diz. Oh man, love you, man. So, all right, so slippage. It's so super important, right? Let's go. Make sure before you guys take a trade, see if there's a spread. All right, there's plenty of times where I hit the trigger too fast. I enter a stock and there's a 50-cent spread and I'm already down. Usually my starters, I grab up to 10K right away. That's like my starter. I want 10 rapid fire, 2,500 4 times. And next you know, like no more buyers are stepping up and I'm down 1,500. All right. Watching the spread on that is super important because you might not want to buy super aggressive. You might want to get filled on the bid. When things have a spread, it might be better just to put like, I'll buy this, put an order on the bid like right here. I'll buy this stock if it drops down real quick, because when things are spready, you'll kind of see them. Oh, this is live. Yeah, I don't want that. Um, you know, just you might try to trade it differently. So slippage, really not too much. How do you set aside your profits for taxes? I mean, it's just kind of, just pay the man as it comes. Pay myself, put some money away. Uh, any like mental psychology tip advice, guys? Yeah, actually, I have a great one for this. All right, trading is going to be hard. It's risky. My results are not typical. Imagine that, dude. um, um, you guys got to be willing to fail. If you guys can't get over that failing part, that being read over and over, like when I first started, guys, and I know Thiz can say this too. Like if you look at our P&L chart, it was pretty much like this, or we get a spike. All right, this is 1 year, right? So imagine like 1 year of trading, and this is the whole progress right here, where it's like nothing. All right, we take a nice big hit, nice win, boom, we take a loss. Now we're trading sideways for so long. But let me tell you something. That right there is the process. If you guys can't get through the long days and learning to trade with the emotional aspect of like, okay, you guys can't take big sides if you're not taking big sides. You can't take 10,000 shares, 20,000 shares and see what it feels like to lose 10 cents on it, 20 cents, or how it feels to make 20, 30 cents on it. All right. Um, don't be all over the place as a trader. Stop trading 1,000 different things. Stick to one thing. I mean, look what I did with these flags. I stuck to one thing for years. Even when the market was crappy, there's always that one flag that puts in a nice leg and then it can die after that. Who cares? That's what we're looking for. We're looking for this thing to open up and play. Okay. Um, I think the biggest thing as a trader is you got to be willing to lose. If you can't lose, then you shouldn't be trading. All right. Once you start understanding the process of that whole entire thing of losing and learning, right? That's that saying, we never lose, we either win or we learn. So every time you lose, learn from it. Don't be one of those guys who's like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like the day's over. Took my first trade and it didn't work. Right? 9:30 to 4. We have plenty of time to make that money back. Now some days the edge is not there anymore, and you just gotta accept it, learn from it, pack it up, and tomorrow's a new day. A new mental, a new setups, new names, stuff like that. Okay, so the mental aspect of just being ready to lose and learn from losing, and then turn that into success. Okay. Um, how do I know when a stock is dead? All right, I see somebody asking right there. Jeez, Diz over here. Love you, dude. How do I know a stock's dead? Right. Look at the daily. Did it already make a move? Right. CMRA, is that the one that we were just trading? No. CMRX. Bear with me. Okay, right? Volume is going to tell you everything. This thing had huge volume, but look left. Actually, it actually did not get the volume that it needed to actually break out even more. Only off by like what, a little bit, right? 100K. But after that, once it sets up and you're no longer getting the volume that you look left, I just made a recent video on that too. Like look left, look left. Once that volume kind of dies down, I mean, guys, right? Volume speaks everything. If there's no volume, the stock's not going to go up. All right, even if there's no more selling volume, the stock's not going to keep dying, right? So therefore, the range is gone. There's no more edge to it, and so far. So follow the volume. All right. Um, that's my biggest advice to seeing if a stock is dead. Look left. Did it already make new highs? Right? Is it super extended? And then look at the daily too, guys. Look at the range. Range is so important. There's even one time the boys are like, dude, this stock just does not open up on the daily. Right? Look at the daily. All right, here I go to charts. Oh, charts, right? This is my daily. So if you see my flex grid, I click over to charts and I just have the max daily right here. Look at the daily. Look for something that had 52-wick high volume. See how much it opens up. All right, does it open up a lot? Like, get the average range of that stock. Look for the biggest day it had with that abnormal volume so you can get an idea. Did it already open up? All right, did it already make this huge move pre-market? It opens up and now it's just going to fade all day. All right, look at the daily to see if does it hold up? Does it actually, can it put a big leg in? All right, all that stuff matters when you're trading, okay? Um, does a 5-minute flag work in pre-market? Absolutely, 100%. Guys, I'll be honest with you, I made most of my money last year trading pre-market. But the thing is that I wanted to size up, take more size, so I wait. And a lot of them were low floats, like you only slap 5, 10,000, and the thing rips like $4 or $5. That's fantastic. But yeah, that works pre-market. There's definitely flags that happen pre-market and stuff like that too. But just watch the level 2 right here and the tape. Look for those same things that I taught. First 5-minute candle, make a new high. Look to see if it gets stuffed. Look to see if it opens up. Those things matter. Look for the downtrend break on stuff like that, okay? Someone asked me, once I take my position, I don't chase it anymore. Depending on, like, I will add a little bit to the first 5 making a new high. But once I take my core, I'm gonna let it work itself out. All right, that's what I mean by you're gonna get better and better at this. All right. I tested myself today on this flag. I took 20K. Sorry, I took 5K, and then I took 10, and then I took 15, and then 20. All right, now I got 55. I tried 100K today on a stock. It just did not work for me. But I'm progressively pushing myself to take more size in a situation. So once I take my size, I kind of let it go. I don't just sit here and just, if you look at this, like, oh, I took this flag, it's breaking out, let me just add more, add more, add more. No, I would have preferably slammed it down here and let it work itself out. They said everyone should send me a buck. What do you see as indicators of approaching knife or a trade breaking down? I mean, same thing. Melinda, right? I think. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, for this particular setup, we're looking for these things that I pretty much talked about right here. So I'm not going to stick around if it starts to fail, or we get rejected off the first 5 to make a new high, or the tape level 2 gets heavy where it's just stacking, where the the ask is just heavy, 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 heavy. No more buyers are stepping up. It's time to get out. I'm a bull. I'm going long. I'm no longer welcome here. This is not my trade, not my play anymore. How do you find a top for a short? Here we go. I mean, guys, if this is no longer breaking out anymore, and you guys see that, and this was actually getting super heavy on this one, it might be a good idea to flip short. All right. This was none to borrow on Thinkorswim, but if you kind of see what I'm looking for to get long and it's not happening, hey, you might want to try to flip short on this. All right. Let's see. Axe Lord, is there an indicator you look for when a stock might, or is it just about to pull or do a rug pull? Again, that's just reading level 2. Looking at key levels, did this thing break out already? Is no more buyers stepping up at time and sales? Are we seeing just people just selling, exiting the stock, stuff like that? All right. Scored your free knowledge and guidance is worth 1,000. I appreciate that. Yeah, guys, I hope you guys are learning from this. Especially if you guys need to go back and look at my previous videos. If you're new, hit the sub button too. I'm pretty sure this is all for people who are subbed. I'm going to post this live, and then the public can see it too. But go back and look at my other previous videos. Some of them are long, but some of them go into more detail than what I go into right now. But I know the biggest sauce that I want to go into, and why it's so important to see that first 5-minute candle to make it high, because you're breaking that micro downtrend on there. Mark, I think buying the first, if you missed a dip and you're looking for the first 5-minute candle to make a new high, it's not yet the actual breakout. So if you look at this one and you miss this dip and it starts to ramp up, look at the risk. I always like to risk the previous candle, right? Because you might get in and it might set up a higher low for you. So I don't think there is nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I do tap some into the first 5-minute new high because I want to get that downtrend break and for it to squeeze. Okay. Going through questions. So yeah, I again, guys, I take my size right there. I've learned to do that because I don't want to buy it all the way up, right? So that's why I like to take a nice core, and then I'll add into something like right here, right? Breaking this downtrend, first 5 make new high, and then I'll let it work out, okay? Let's see. Appreciate that, guys. MCB, Dave Bucky, this again. Sent the wave. I appreciate it. This bullied you into it. Nah, guys, I appreciate it. This is great. I mean, I couldn't do this before with getting this monetized. It's been amazing. Hard work pays off, right? When you're trading, you're learning. You're just keep going, keep going. Mikey, what is your greatest strength? My greatest strength, and actually in trading, that's a great question. Steve, appreciate it. Much love. I wanna say my greatest strength in trading is not hesitating. And you guys are definitely there for it, guys. I see the setup. I take it so fast. I take it so fast that they got to be mindful of like, hey, this is setting up in a good way, right? But if I see a flag and I'll chase it because I know what it could do. My greatest weakness in trading is, I want to say, is I want to say probably sympathy plays, right? Because if once I start stabbing into sympathy plays, I mean, you guys see it sometimes. I think I know what maybe I want to do, but all right, no. My greatest weakness in trading is taking the same size I would on a 5-minute flag on a different setup. I forget to size down. I forget to not hit that impulsive stuff. Yeah. So that's my greatest weakness as in trading is I will take the same size I would on something else that I have no business in. All right. Start to spiral. So I used to do that. Spiral, like I used to give back. I mean, I remember having a great month, and then it's Friday or it's the end of the month, and I'm just taking bad trade after bad trade, and I'm trying to get out. Um, and I learned that when I'm doing that, I'm no longer trading my strategy. I'm no longer sticking to any of my rules, and I'm gearing off. I'm out of control now, and you gotta shut it down. You gotta walk away. Most important thing to do is once you find yourself in that state of mind, just get up. And literally, sometimes I do it. Even when I have a great day, and then I start to overtrade, where I'm like, all right, I'm hitting this too much. I'm hitting this. Especially CMRX, I was super mad. It is what it is. But I just get up, go use the bathroom, drink some water. Actually, speaking of water, just go do that. Come back, fresh mindset. All right. Yeah, but no fear, no hesitation, 100%. Yeah, I'm not afraid to lose. Nope. I hit the stocks hard. I'm not scared to lose on this setup. And that is built over time. All right. When I take this setup and it's slow, then I'm actually a little bit scared. Because it's, if you're the one taking the size, all it takes is a few everybody else around you just start dumping and you get stuck. Like, and pennies. Okay, not trading pennies anymore unless it has this like consistent million volume candlesticks. Because I took 200 was it 60,000 shares of the stock, and I'm not gonna just dump on everyone else. Like, I wanted to break out, and then I just couldn't get out right away, and ended up taking like a 5 or 6 7 thousand dollar loss, whatever it was. So yeah, no pennies for me. DP, thank you, Steve, appreciate you. Yeah, guys. I mean, so I hope you're learning from this, right? Just make sure you go back to all these other videos. Um, check them out. Super informative. I usually recap the day, so you'll see ones that work, see ones that fail, hidden seller stuff, you know, and stuff like that. Mikey, who's your favorite trader? Warrior Trader. Yeah. Um, the reason why I like Warrior Trader because he plays super aggressive. He's not afraid to take profits, right? It's This is us versus us, you versus you in this, right? You got to think about it, right? We're sitting here. There's, whether we're in Discord, we have 15,000 members. There's another room with 50, 200. There's so many people, right? It's us versus kind of like everyone else. At the same time, we're trading the stock off level two. So this anyone? Oh man, nah, bro, you're my boy. Guys, I will be 100% honest with you. I joined Thiz on every single setup he mentions because he has got a freaking golden eye for that, all right? All right. Herb too, all right? I'm hopping in there, all right? uh um but yeah, guys. Do I consider yeah, again, guys, make sure you see how big the stock is extended. Percent wise, is it super extended? Did it already make a move? Stuff like that, okay? When I first started, guys, it was basically just a little over 25K. I was under PDT, and then I was like, I need to be able to get in and out. Like, I think once you're over PDT, you can. But with these type of plays, if you had to trade them and you're under PDT, and you're looking for this setup, well, I just showed you how it should go. How it could break out. Apply those rules to it. Cut your losses faster. Don't hold something and get into this hopium where you think it's going to go up, you think it's going to rip. Don't do that. All right. You rather trade it on discipline so then when the next one comes, you hit on it rather than, just make yourself discouraged because what happens is if you start jumping around and, you start to get this hopium thing and you take big red losses, all right, you're going to get scared to play the next one. Learn how to be disciplined on that setup so you can keep hammering it day in, day out. I don't care if it's right out of the gates and it's 952, 955, like, or not, 945. I'm hammering that because that's the setup. Okay. Um, yeah, Mark. I mean, you could trade AVCT. I'm just not. I mean, I'm kind of staying away from them. We did make a chunk of money doing that, playing those, but it's hard because like I want to take more size to make more money, and how can you get out of like 500K shares, or potentially a million, and the range, right? So if you're playing a penny stock and this flag sets up and the pole from the bottom of the pullback to the top of the pole is 2 pennies, how much size do I need to take to actually make money? And then how much size are you taking where you're not getting stuck because everyone else already took 50, 100K, 200K and they're out. And then I'm that guy who's buying a lot more size and then getting stuck because everyone's taking profits. Um, this. Yeah. Was that Mayor? Learn how to play the front side. I think it has the biggest squeeze out of it, right? Once things start to get all like, crazy like this, and you're like, oh, let me just buy a bounce, let me buy a dip. No. You know, look at the volume profile. Learn to get better at playing the front side of the move that has this big volume push. You know, looking left. What levels do we have to actually break? All right. Um, Diz, appreciate you, man. Much love, dude, for hanging out over here and stopping by. Much love, dude. Yeah, Vinny, this will be loaded up. All right. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna upload this. I have it recording right now on OBS. Okay. Actually, great thing. Right before I go, guys. Um, one, I appreciate you guys in here showing the support, being willing to learn. You know, this might be new. This might be old to some of you guys. Make sure you get OBS. If you look at the bottom of my screen right here, this is going to be OBS. You want to take your trading to the next level? Download this, record your trading. All right, record how this acted right here and when the first 5-minute candle made a new high. Record how this works when the stock's already extended. You know, learn from that. Take your trades and then go back like, whoa, I don't even know why I was taking that. Maybe I followed someone's alert. Maybe I was shadow trading. Maybe I had FOMO. Whatever the case is, you know. See how the level 2 is. See that when you scaled out, did I scale at the top? You know, was it the spready? Stuff like that. So make sure you do that, okay? All right, guys. Again, I appreciate you guys staying here. Did this for like an hour and a half. I was trying to do an hour, but I love this, guys. You know, I'm passionate about this, so you know, make sure you guys hit the sub button, hit the like, show me some love on YouTube. I appreciate you guys here in chat. Go through the videos. All right, try to get more people to the channel because I'm just trying to like help as many people as I can. And rewatch this if you have to. But again, I appreciate you guys. Much love to everyone, and I'll see you guys later. All right, have a good one, guys. Peace.